It's almost full. When we speak about speakers in general, always say sound pressure level, decibel. There are some terms coming like this. So what exactly we mean by all these? Sometimes we don't understand what exactly does it mean. Like I'm saying in general because I didn't understand most of the things, and I spoken to many people, and there also seems to be a lot of confusion. So I'm trying to clear some of that from my confusion as well. See, sound is actually is a form of mechanical energy. We call it sound pressure in physics. So pressure is actually, we'll know pressure when there is a change in equilibrium. So when sound wave passes through air, the ambient pressure changes. So that pressure change is actually considered as known as sound wave. And the measurement is actually a ratio. We say sound wave is a change from the equilibrium, from the ambient state. When we say we're measuring sound wave, we will keep a base and we
That's the last night effect you were talking about?
sorry?
That's the last night effect you were talking about?
Last night. In fact, yeah, it takes some time, I guess. I had a very busy morning today. I had to travel a bit. Okay, no, it's. Okay, our threshold of listening, we say when the sound wave hit us, the pressure, when the way our ears perceives the pressure, that is as small as 20 micronewtons per square meter. That is the threshold of listening. So we rate all other sound level on the basis of this. Suppose a rocket blasts off, so much pressure, it's like kilojoules of pressure is exerted to the atmosphere, and that energy when it hits us, we get so many, like we feel the sound basically. Yeah, in calculation what we do is it's a logarithmic scale. It is calculated as either power change, ratio of power, or it can be ratio of voltage as well. Mostly for amplifiers it is a voltage ratio. I have it here. Okay. When it comes to an amplifier, we have seen that old amplifiers used to have levels of 0 to minus 70 dB. So what do you mean by that? And when we speakers, we say speaker sensitivity is 85 dB or not 5 dB. What do you actually mean by that? As I said, decibel sound pressure is a ratio. As when it comes to an amplifier, different types of speakers are connected to the amplifier, and the output sound pressure that we experience is also a variable depending on the speakers. So for the manufacturer, what they does is the maximum value, maximum power output. So the decibel can be power or a voltage also. The maximum power, the amplifier, they take it as 0. So everything below that is fraction, right? The decibel is calculated, then if it is power, it is 10 to the log of P1 by P2. For example, the maximum power is 0, we get all fractions, and 10 to the log of, and the log of all the fractions are negative. So basically it is a technical thing which is passed on to the consumer band. So that's how it is. 70 minus 72 is all fractions up to the max. But when it comes to a speaker, we can actually measure the sound pressure radiated from the source. So we have a voltage reference, 2.83 volts. When we pass that volt and we measure the output sound pressure level at 1 meter distance. So that is what the sensitivity actually is. So loudspeaker sensitivity it is. So the amplifier gives power to the speaker, but in effect, what we receive is mostly dependent on the speakers. But we sense power from the speaker. The speaker is the transducer that actually converts the amplifier power into sound energy. And each speak in different terms also. Amplifiers, it is mainly voltage and power. And when it comes to the speakers, it is the surface area and other matters, other mechanical and electrical parameters associated with the speakers that determine how much of that amplifier power is translated to sound, to the atmosphere. Then again, we have our own perception of sound. We hear, suppose amplifier doubles the voltage, that doesn't make us hear the sound twice as loud. Our response, our ears are more of a logarithmic scale. It is not as linear as the amplifiers, as the electrical signals. For an example, 3 decibel increase in power, is the amplifier power, is twice for the amplifier. It is almost twice intensity for the amplifier, but it's not as double for us. For us to perceive sound as twice as double, we need at least 10 dB difference. Similarly, with respect to voltage, it is 60. Okay. And in live levels, the energy that hits us, for normal concerts, you can say, it is not the near field. It is in a comfortable distance, a generic level. That's what you can say. It is a middle of the auditorium. What we get is 80 to 95 decibels for jazz, and rock is 90 to 95 dB. But I think most of the concerts I've been, it is 110. Close to that, even in the middle. Okay, and classical is actually very loud. I was surprised, it was always 100 and above. It is very loud. And heavy metal, of course, it's 110. And when we listen at home, we usually, it also depends on preferences. But normally, if you like what you listen, and if you like to listen also, it is normally in the range of 70 to 80, 75 to 85. That is 85 is a little bit loud for many, but that is one range we tend to listen to. And the background music we usually listen in 65 to 75 decibel. Anything above 85 is normally considered as loud. We become fatigued very fast, and above that is very loud. Okay. Now, when it comes to music, we have a quiet passage, then there will be some sudden roll, sudden inrush of power, sudden inrush of volume levels. Those are actually the peaks. You can say this as peaks. So before I said we listen at 85 dB, 80 dB, but in music it is not always like that. Sometimes the peaks, drum roll, it could go up to 110 dB. It depends on the music. For classical music, the difference is too much. You usually have up to 10 to 15 dB difference between the ambient level, average level, and the peaks. So it is actually disconcerting when you listening and suddenly the volume goes up. So the recording, they compress the amplitude of the signal normally. So it is making it more unnatural. But that is what happens nowadays. music is very compressed, very compressed. Especially rock is highly compressed. The normal live music, if you go to a rock concert, it is the change, especially the drum. Sometimes it can go up to 15 dB or 20 dB also. But in recorded music, rock is always 6 dB peaks only. That means they highly compress it. So this effect of compression, how will it affect when we try to listen to that music? When we buy an amplifier, we actually look for the rating, power rating of the amplifier. So the power rating is, say, it is rated at impedance levels. Basically, it will be at 4 ohms or it will be at 8 ohms. Or sometimes it used to be at 16 ohms also. Some old receivers are 16 ohms. What exactly is the power of the amplifier? How will we say, what is the reference point? What should we actually look for? The continuous power is closest to the maximum steady power the amplifier can produce. It is also mentioned as RMS value, root mean square power, which is slightly different from RMS. I heard different versions of RMS and continuous power. RMS seems to be the close. I think I don't exactly know the difference.
1.41.
1.414.
Divided by peak divided by 1.4.
That is RMS, right? RMS. But RMS and continuous power, when you say the continuous power, the pure sine wave, there is some. Okay, of course, yeah.
So 1 kilohertz. Sine.
1 kilohertz sine wave difference. Yeah, RMS power is what we usually look at when you consider the amplifier power. And when the signal bursts occur, amplifier has to give more power to the speakers. Otherwise, what will happen? We have seen a little time earlier that sometime one of the previous said that the voltage difference for double the volume is 3 dB. 3 dB, there is some changes there. So 15 dB changes. Actual power for the amplifier is actually huge. It is quite huge. So when the amplifier is not able to give the power, the output waveform clips. It actually can distort it. So that is one of the reason the recording companies compress it, so that you will, when sudden roll comes, you won't get sound or whatever extra harmonics you could get.
One coming out.
Yeah, one coming out and all other similar things happening. And it is very much when we go to more of audiophile recordings, as we call, like those who are more the recordings which are more true to the original, we can expect the less compression. The ratio is more. So your amplifier should be able to give, faithfully reproduce the signals without distorting.
That's what is called dynamic range.
Yeah, dynamic range. And there are a lot of rules of thumbs to just derive how much amplifier power you need. This ratio is taken from Crown Audio, and the type of rock and heavy metal with compressed, it is 6 dB. So if your speaker impedance is 4 ohms, you need to, and the continuous power handling of the speaker. Continuous power handling is similar to our Pulse wattage rating. Yeah, it's a passive how much power it can handle. If you give more power, there are effects of heating up, and it will affect the output of the speaker. So if a speaker is rated at 100 suppose say 100 watts, your amplifier should be able to produce the peaks. At the same time, it should not overload the speaker. It should not give too much power to the speaker to make it overheat it, overheat the voice coil and degrade the sound. So there is one ratio that is 1.6 into the power rating. That is, if the peaks are less, like say rock and heavy metal music, the 6 dB is the peaks, expected peaks. When it goes to more of classical, they are recommending as 2.5 into the power rating to allow for the peaks as well as not destroy the speaker. That is one way of looking at it. This is just a rule of thumb, just to give an idea. Whether when it speaks about the peaks, I never believed in this peak funda to an extent. I was not a believer. Maybe till the last workshop, I overlooked at it a bit. Then I critically listened to certain tracks, and it's a subjective thing, and I felt something is being missed out. Then that is the reason for this. And if anybody has any different experience, you can tell us. Even now, the 6 dB thing, 6 dB difference, amplifier headroom. This level that I have explained here, if people have, if you have different opinion, please share it, because this is something that I perceived and I think it is close to what it is.
So actually, if I can add just quickly, one thing is that what you said about classical music, about the difference between what is the normal signal level and what is the crescent or the highest signal level, I experienced it recently. I kind of ripped Western classical style of CD into FLAC, and then I listened to it, and then the difference was too much, in the sense most of the time the violins and the other instruments are all mellow, and then they're sounding, and suddenly there will be all the bass instruments and everything will come in, and then the sound, the volume, what you mentioned, suddenly if the volume increases tremendously, it is, so I could feel that, the signal level is too high in those points.
And what happens is, if you are listening at loud, suppose you like to listen loud, and you are in maybe a 90 dB level. When the transient comes, you don't hear the sound, you will hear all harmonics. Like the amplifier will click, your listen experience will go.
Yeah. So I have one question here. How would the volume level affect? In the sense, okay, if I want to listen regularly at, say, at half the power or maybe 40% of the power of the amplifier, would that at least help in reproducing the high signal levels faithfully? Would it help?
It depends on the rating. That's what I was telling you. So
okay.
Your speaker rating, your amplifier power is absolute, right?
Yeah.
It's the maximum power you have, but you will say, okay, for 100 watts is the maximum when it is at full.
Yeah.
Okay, it has a headroom when you give a half the volume level.
Okay.
But if the rating and the speaker, if it doesn't follow a formula like similar to this, suppose they say 1.6, 2.5. It can happen. So you probably have to reduce your ambient level will come down.
Okay.
When you just gave us this guideline over here about the power and the number of watts.
We'll go more into details. This is just one.
Does it take the whole sensitivity thing into account?
I am coming to that now.
Okay.
So this is one basic. I am going again. We'll come back again. Okay, yeah.
Speakers have continuous power handling of 100 watts in this case.
Yeah.
There is also a specified peak power. If the 100 watt continuous, you will probably 50 watt peak.
Okay.
Is there much of a point going for an amp which is beyond that? Like if my peak power, the speaker can handle is 250 watts. Is there a point in having a 400 watt?
See, generally, the peak power handling is 4 times power handling of the speaker. If the speaker is rated at 100 watts, it can go up to it can handle easily peak power up to 400 watts.
Is there a point going for a 1000 watt amplifier in that case?
1000 power,
It's useless, right? Anything beyond 400 is a waste.
Yeah. We will go more precise calculation now. This is just
Yeah, there's then allow high peak power.
you will get your answer in the next slide, okay? Depends on your level. See what happens in home stereo. With the 15 dB peaks, you need 1500 watts. Okay. This is a calculation. So we now comes the loudspeaker sensitivity. Okay. Previous slide I was talking purely like just a rule of thumb just to get an idea. But speakers are rated at sensitivity levels. So when the amplifier gives the electrical power, as the sensitivity increases, it will convert more into sound energy. Okay? And
What is column 2 and what is column 3?
okay, that is for 95 dB. That is for loud
okay.
levels.
Okay,
So
okay.
column 2 is speaker, column 3 is amp.
Okay.
No, it is
No, the efficiency is all.
it is 85 dB is the listening level. Like that is the normal listening level. You will need
10 times
Yeah.
power for
Power.
95 dB.
okay. This is just a level. We will actually go to a calculator where we can just see. We will put the values and we'll just check how much power amplifier power we need. See, the speaker power is actually measured at the distance, right? When we say 85 dB, it is when it is hit with 2.83 volt and at 1 meter distance, what is the sound pressure level we are experiencing at that point. And we have some speakers and we sit at a distance. So we can calculate actually how much power is required. Suppose we say we sit 2 meters from the speaker. Actually, normally it will be 2 to 3 meters. Now if you the required level of listener resistance is, we normally listen 85 will be actual. I usually listen at 85. So I put 85.
I have a doubt here.
Yeah.
When you say that amp source, that minus, right? Minus to 0. Then when you say 85 dB, I mean, what it actually translates? I didn't get what
Speaker dB.
Speaker dB is different, amplifier dB is different. That's what I'm saying.
So
Speaker,
when you are listening,
Ah.
whatever the amp source is, amplifier is dB.
No, speaker.
No,
Loudness
speakers.
in the room.
it makes, I'll visit that again. I'll explain it in detail. Amplifier, if you say 100 watt amplifier, and the volume control is from minus 70 dB to 0.
0, yeah.
And the maximum power at 0, what the amplifier can produce is 100 watts.
Okay.
So, and when you, it is actually given 0 to 100 watts, fractions they are given as dBs, minus.
Okay.
It's just a calculation. They have, since 10 to the log of all fractions from 0 to 1 are negative values, it is given as minus 1.
So because when I keep my amp at minus 20 dB, the speaker sings well. That's what I feel.
Okay.
So
that
I don't know.
that
it's,
is the
it's
time
very loud
when
or
your
what?
speaker sensitivity. Suppose your speaker is 85 dB and your amp is say 100 watts. At 20 dB, maybe the amp is supplying say 70 watt or say 50 watts or whatever. It is matching up your expectation of level. Maybe you are listening at 85 dB of sound pressure at your sitting position.
Okay.
Okay. So that is how these things relate to it. Okay, now we say the listening level required is 85 decibel, and the loudspeaker sensitivity. Normally, as we said earlier, it is 86 to 85, 86 is the normal sensitivity of all home theater and regular speakers. And the headroom you require. Headroom is again questionable. I mean, like if I put 15 as headroom, headroom is signal peaks.
Peaks.
Signal peaks, how much power the amplifier needs to reproduce the signal without clipping. You need 100 watts at 85 dB if you are considering a headroom of 15. So, but if you are considering a headroom of 6 dB, you need only 30 watts.
How do you define headroom? You put the numbers over there.
Yeah.
You put
Okay.
6 and 15.
Now, okay,
Six for
headroom,
rock,
headroom,
15 for,
More of a dynamic
classical it is 15 dB is the headroom required, rock it is 6, almost classical, yeah, the difference level required. Now,
the source has that.
And suppose we increase the sensitivity, like Fostex full ranges, PA drivers, they have sensitivity close to, Fostex is almost 93, 95. Only 2 ones.
So every time when we change the every time we change the type of music which we listen to, every time we need to configure the speakers.
102.
No need. See, the headroom is actually what headroom is. We are just giving some reserve power. When you listen to your classical, you will actually adjust it manually for a comfortable level. Fine. But if your amplifier power is taken care of, you don't have to worry about headroom. That's the whole point.
The distance is the sound pressure falls by a inverse square law. Every 1 meter it will half. So if at 1 meter you're listening to 95 dB, at 2 meters you are minus 2 dB.
Okay, let us see
At
what is
minus 2
happening in
dB.
3.
So halving every 1 meter. So you are at 10 meters you are that much lower.
And then is it for single speaker or
This is for single.
It's a single speaker.
No, 2 speakers you add 3 dB to the sound pressure.
Yes, yeah. Can
It automatically.
Number of drivers.
the number of drivers because it's double the surface area.
Anthony, just a moment. Just put 102 dB there for loudspeaker sensitivity. And 10 dB. Say 10, 12 dB. Say put 15 dB.
15 dB, yeah.
15 dB.
Then you will see. I know why you're asking. Daniel will translate. Peter silent. See, now wall amplifiers and full range connection you can make out, right? A little bit you can understand why valve and high sensitivity speakers are always going together. That doesn't mean that these speakers sound bad in solid state. Your this matters a lot. And this I recently
just to interpret what you are, I mean, trying to see if I understood you correctly. So what you are saying is maybe having a valve amp at that rating would be sufficient to drive if you have a high
You have a high
sensitivity
sensitivity.
speaker.
It could be solid state also. It's
Okay.
not solid
Yeah.
state.
Nothing to do with valve or
It's
something.
nothing. Yeah,
Okay.
It could be anything.
Okay.
You can have a low power amp.
Is there any impedance that you link this with, or is it independent of it?
impedance is related to amplifier power.
Also speaker, isn't it?
Speaker match.
The speaker against this wattage.
yeah, that will also make a
Oh yeah, that also is a big factor.
No, this is
impedance is hidden.
This is a just rough calculation. Suppose your amp is low
see,
current.
amp is rated at ohms, right? At the impedance.
Must have matching it.
Yeah, if it is, this can be 8 ohm, this can be 16 ohm,
No.
this can be 4 ohm.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. The power for the amplifier should be able to deliver the power at this speed. So that it doesn't play a role here.
Actually, we mentioned 1 watt. If
Oh.
you use 2.83 volt, then impedance matters. Because at 2.83 volts, 8 ohm speaker, 1 watt. 4 ohm speakers, 2.1 watts.
Yeah.
So I think this calculation takes into account that
Yeah.
4 ohm speaker, 4 ohm amp, and
Correct. It
amp
says
yeah,
watt
watt.
instead of voltage.
There's no efficiency.
Yeah. We will.
So distance you can see
When
because
you say 90
informs are
dB will be high level, or any you should consider more. Any suggestions? Should we consider 90 as a high or?
90 is very loud.
90 is insane. I'll put 95. 95 and typical home theater sensitivity is 85, 86 dB. Headroom, I'll keep the minimum 6.
That's what.
It matters. It really matters. And that is one of the reason I've shifted to all PA speakers now. I was using
And just put
85 dB speakers, and there is one more
If you put 15 dB headroom, let's see what happens.
1000.
You need to own a theater then. Maybe Inox or something.
What's the difference between 85 and 86 and 86 and 87? 1 dB. Does that make a difference?
1 dB doesn't make for us.
Power.
Power it makes.
dB is double.
1 dB rating is actually the peak power, what the normal continuous power and peak power of amplifier is.
Now he's changed the listening, average listening level, and he's changed the loudspeaker sensitivity.
One more rule
Just
of
make
thumb
it 85
for
and
a
see
lot
how
of
much
people.
it
I
will
think 1 watt difference between 1 watt and 10 watts and 100 watts and 1000 watts is only 4 times.
Yeah.
1 watt is 10 watts is
Double.
double. 10 to 100 is double. 100 to 1000 is double. 1000 to 10,000 is double. So you can't have 1000 watts speaker doesn't mean 10 times sound.
Okay, now we will go back to this again. Let us see our inefficiencies. We are actually very inefficient at certain